The A-10 Warthog, the legendary tank killer, has ruled the skies for decades, tearing through tanks and saving ground troops in the deadliest battles. Now, with its 2025 secret upgrades, this flying fortress has been transformed into a modern-day marvel, more powerful, smarter, and deadlier than ever. Equipped with advanced weapons, night vision capabilities, and state-of-the-art targeting systems, it's rewriting the rules of warfare. The origins of the A-10 Warthog. The A-10 Warthog, a true legend in the world of military aviation, didn't come into existence by chance. It was born out of necessity, shaped by hard lessons learned during the Korean and Vietnam Wars. These conflicts exposed significant gaps in the U.S. military's ability to provide effective close air support, CAS, to ground forces. After World War II, the development of attack aircraft slowed dramatically. Military leaders were more focused on jet fighters and bombers, leaving CAS aircraft on the back burner. However, during the Korean War and later the Vietnam War, the U.S. realized just how crucial CAS was for ground operations. Soldiers on the front lines needed an aircraft that could deliver precise and sustained firepower to protect them in the heat of battle. Unfortunately, the aircraft available at the time often fell short. Take the Douglas A-1 Skyraider, for example. It was a workhorse during the Vietnam War and had its share of admirers among troops and pilots alike. The Skyraider could carry a staggering amount of weapons, sometimes more than its own weight. It was reliable and well-suited for slow, low-altitude flights, which made it great for targeting enemy positions without risking friendly fire. But it wasn't perfect. Its slow speed, which was an asset for precision bombing, also made it an easy target for enemy anti-aircraft guns. Moreover, it lacked the firepower and armor needed to survive in the increasingly dangerous and technologically advanced battlefields of the 1960s. The limitations of the Skyraider highlighted the urgent need for a new kind of aircraft. The U.S. military wanted something tough, durable, and specifically designed for CAS, a plane that could not only dish out punishment, but also take it. This need became even more apparent as the Cold War heated up. Military planners were increasingly worried about the massive tank formations that Soviet forces could unleash in a potential conflict. The U.S. needed a tank killer, a machine built to stop armored columns dead in their tracks. Enter the AX program, short for Attack Experimental. Launched in 1966 under the direction of General John P. McConnell, then Chief of Staff of the U.S. Air Force. The AX program was a direct response to the challenges faced in Vietnam and the growing threat of Soviet tanks. The goal was simple, but ambitious. Design an aircraft that could deliver unmatched CAS, withstand heavy fire, and operate in a variety of challenging conditions. The program attracted designs from major aerospace companies, but two contenders stood out: the Northrop YA-9A and the Fairchild Republic YA-10A. After rigorous testing, the YA-10A emerged as the clear winner. Why? Because it was designed with a single-minded focus on meeting the needs of ground forces. Fairchild Republic's design prioritized durability, firepower, and flexibility, all while keeping costs reasonable. This wasn't about creating a sleek, flashy jet. It was about building a reliable workhorse that could dominate the battlefield. The YA-10A, which would eventually become the A-10 Warthog, came packed with features that set it apart. One of its standout elements was the GAU-8 Avenger cannon, a monstrous 30mm rotary cannon capable of firing up to 65 rounds per second. This weapon was specifically designed to destroy tanks and other heavily armored targets. Imagine a tank trying to withstand a barrage of armor-piercing rounds coming at it from an aircraft designed to hover right over its head. Spoiler alert: the tank doesn't stand a chance. But firepower wasn't the only thing the A-10 had going for it. It was built to survive in some of the toughest conditions imaginable. The cockpit was surrounded by a titanium armor shell, often referred to as the bathtub, which could withstand direct hits from armor-piercing rounds. This meant that the pilot had an extra layer of protection in hostile environments. And let's not forget its twin General Electric TF-34 engines. These engines were mounted high on the fuselage, protecting them from debris on rough airfields and reducing the aircraft's heat signature, which made it less vulnerable to infrared-guided missiles. The A-10 was also designed to operate in places where most aircraft couldn't. It could take off and land on short, makeshift runways, making it invaluable in frontline operations. This capability ensured that the Warthog could stay close to the action, providing immediate support to ground troops when they needed it most. By the time the A-10 was ready for production in the 1970s, it was clear that this aircraft was something special. It wasn't just a plane, it was a tank killer, a lifesaver for ground forces, and a testament to the power of smart engineering. The military finally had an aircraft that could not only handle the challenges of close air support, but excel at them. Why the A-10 became a battlefield legend. When you think about the A-10 Warthog, the word legendary isn't an exaggeration. This aircraft has earned its place in the history books, not because it's the fastest or the sleekest, but because it's tough, dependable, and built to protect those on the ground. Its reputation as a battlefield legend is rooted in its incredible durability and its ability to deliver time and again when it mattered most. Let me tell you why this flying tank became the superhero of close air support. First, we have to talk about the A-10's unmatched durability. This plane wasn't just designed to fly, it was designed to survive. Imagine being a pilot in the heat of battle, with enemy fire coming at you from all directions. Most planes would struggle under such conditions, but the A-10 is built differently. Its cockpit is surrounded by a titanium shell, lovingly nicknamed the bathtub. This armor isn't just for show. It can withstand direct hits from armor-piercing and high-explosive rounds up to 23mm in size. That means, even if the enemy manages to get a lucky shot in, the pilot has an excellent chance of making it out alive. But it doesn't stop there. The A-10's design includes features that keep it flying even after sustaining severe damage. For instance, its fuel tanks are surrounded by foam to prevent leaks, and the plane is equipped with manual backup controls. This means that even if the hydraulic systems are completely shot, the pilot can still steer the plane manually. There are countless stories of A-10s returning to base with holes in their wings, damaged tails, or even one engine completely knocked out. It's no wonder this aircraft is often called the flying tank. One story that really shows the A-10's toughness is the experience of Kim Campbell, a pilot who flew an A-10 during the Iraq War in 2003. While providing close air support over Baghdad, her plane was hit by enemy fire, severely damaging the hydraulic system and one of the engines. Most aircraft would have been done for at that point, but not the A-10. Campbell managed to switch to manual controls and flew the damaged plane safely back to base. Think about that for a second. She flew a wounded aircraft through hostile airspace and still made it home. That's the kind of resilience that makes the A-10 a legend. The A-10 has been involved in numerous conflicts over the years, but one of its shining moments came during Operation Desert Storm in 1991. This was the first Gulf War, and the U.S. was tasked with pushing Saddam Hussein's forces out of Kuwait. The Iraqi military had a massive arsenal of tanks and armored vehicles, which posed a significant threat to U.S. and Allied ground forces. Enter the A-10 Warthog. During the campaign, A-10s flew thousands of missions and destroyed over 900 Iraqi tanks, along with 2,000 other military vehicles and 1,200 artillery pieces. That's an incredible achievement for an aircraft that was originally designed in the 1970s. The Warthog's GAU-8 Avenger cannon, a 30mm rotary gun capable of firing 65 rounds per second, proved devastating against armored targets. Pilots could strafe enemy formations with pinpoint accuracy, effectively dismantling Saddam's ground forces. This performance not only demonstrated the A-10's firepower, but also solidified its role as the ultimate tank killer. But the A-10 isn't just about destroying tanks. Its real strength lies in its ability to provide close air support to ground troops, especially in counterinsurgency operations. Whether it's taking out enemy positions, protecting convoys, or rescuing soldiers under fire, the Warthog has proven to be an indispensable asset on the battlefield. Its ability to fly low and slow allows pilots to identify and engage targets with extreme precision, minimizing the risk to friendly forces. For soldiers on the ground, Hearing the distinctive roar of the A-10's engines or the burst of its Avenger cannon is often a welcome sound. It means help has arrived, and the enemy is about to have a very bad day. In places like Afghanistan and Iraq, where insurgents often blend into rugged terrain or urban settings, the A-10's ability to loiter over the battlefield and strike with precision has saved countless lives. Its reliability and versatility have made it a favorite among both pilots and troops. The A-10's battlefield record is a testament to its unique design and purpose-built capabilities. Unlike other jets that focus on speed or stealth, the Warthog is all about staying power and effectiveness in the dirtiest, most dangerous environments. It doesn't just drop bombs and leave. It sticks around, ensuring that the job is done and the troops on the ground are safe. The 2025 secret upgrades. The A-10 Warthog has always been a beast on the battlefield, but the 2025 upgrades take it to a whole new level. If you thought this flying tank was impressive before, wait until you hear about what's been added to this legendary aircraft. These upgrades aren't just about keeping the Warthog in the fight. They're about turning it into a smarter, deadlier, and more versatile machine that can handle the complexities of modern warfare. One of the most exciting advancements comes from the Suite 10 and Suite 11 systems. These upgrades revolutionize how the A-10 communicates and operates alongside ground forces. Think of it as giving the Warthog a direct line to troops on the ground, allowing pilots to coordinate strikes with pinpoint accuracy. For example, ground forces can now send real-time coordinates directly to the aircraft systems. This means no more relying on radio chatter or manually inputting target data, which could take precious time and increase the chances of mistakes. Instead, the A-10 can quickly lock onto a target and engage it with precision. This upgrade drastically reduces the risk of friendly fire, making it a lifesaver not just for troops, but also for mission success. Another key aspect of these systems is how they enhance situational awareness for pilots. In a chaotic battlefield, every second counts, and having a clear understanding of who's where and what's happening is crucial. The Suite 10 and Suite 11 systems integrate data from various sources, providing pilots with a comprehensive picture of the battlefield. Imagine being able to track multiple targets, identify friendlies, and make split-second decisions without second-guessing. That's the level of precision and efficiency these upgrades bring to the table. Then there's the advanced weaponry. If the A-10's arsenal wasn't already terrifying enough, the 2025 version comes equipped with new bombs like the GBU-39 small-diameter bomb. This bomb is perfect for hitting targets with surgical precision, even in tight urban environments. The A-10's ability to carry more of these smaller, lighter bombs means it can strike multiple targets in a single mission without needing to reload as often. But the upgrades don't stop with bombs. The Warthog now boasts long-range missiles and a faster rocket reload system. This means it can engage targets from a safer distance while still delivering devastating firepower. Imagine an enemy convoy thinking they're out of reach, only to find out the Warthog can hit them from miles away. And when it does need to reload rockets, the process is now significantly quicker, ensuring minimal downtime and maximum time in the fight. One of the areas where the A-10 has traditionally lagged behind modern jets is its performance in low-light or nighttime conditions. The 2025 upgrades address this head-on, giving the Warthog advanced night vision and low-light combat capabilities. With state-of-the-art night vision goggles and improved targeting systems, pilots can now operate effectively in the dark. Whether it's identifying targets in a moonless desert or navigating through urban warfare at night, the A-10 is now equipped to handle it all. The targeting systems have also been optimized for harsh environments, like dust-filled skies or heavy rain. This is a big deal because modern battlefields are rarely ideal settings for precision strikes. The new systems ensure that even in the worst conditions, the A-10 can hit its mark without putting troops or civilians at unnecessary risk. It's a huge leap forward in making sure the Warthog remains a reliable asset, no matter the situation. The upgrades extend to the cockpit, which has undergone a massive modernization. Pilots now have access to helmet-mounted tracking systems that take targeting to a whole new level. Picture this: wherever the pilot looks, The targeting system follows. If a threat suddenly appears to the side or below, the pilot doesn't need to maneuver the entire aircraft to aim the weapons. The system tracks the movement of their head and adjusts the targeting accordingly. It's like giving the pilot a second set of eyes, making the Warthog even deadlier in combat. The cockpit's digital displays have also been updated to match the needs of modern warfare. The new layout is designed to reduce clutter and provide critical information at a glance. Think of it like upgrading from an old flip phone to the latest smartphone. It's faster, more intuitive, and gives you everything you need without any unnecessary distractions. Pilots now have access to real-time data on everything from weather conditions to enemy movements, allowing them to make smarter decisions in the heat of battle. These 2025 upgrades don't just keep the A-10 relevant, they make it a front-runner in modern air combat. The combination of improved communication, advanced weapons, enhanced low-light capabilities, and a state-of-the-art cockpit ensures that the Warthog remains a trusted ally for ground troops and a nightmare for enemies. When you think about it, these changes are more than just technological updates. They represent a commitment to the men and women on the ground, ensuring they have the best possible support in the most challenging situations. The A-10 isn't just a machine, it's a protector, and these upgrades solidify its role as one of the most reliable and effective aircraft ever built. The debate, A-10 versus F-35 Lightning II. When it comes to military aviation, few debates are as heated as the one between the legendary A-10 Warthog and the state-of-the-art F-35 Lightning II. It's a classic clash of old-school reliability versus cutting-edge technology. Both aircraft have their strengths, and both are champions in their own right. But the question remains, which one is better suited for modern warfare? This plane was built with one thing in mind: close air support, CAS. Its primary job is to get down and dirty on the battlefield, providing support to ground troops in the thick of the fight. And boy, does it deliver. The A-10 is incredibly durable, thanks to its titanium armor that protects the pilot and critical systems. It can take hits from anti-aircraft fire and keep flying, something that very few aircraft can boast. Add to that its iconic GAU-8 Avenger cannon, which is specifically designed to shred tanks and armored vehicles, and you've got a plane that ground forces absolutely love. But the A-10 isn't just about firepower. It's also about cost-effectiveness. Compared to modern jets, the Warthog is a bargain. It was originally built for about $1.4 million per unit, and while maintenance costs have risen over the years, it still remains far cheaper to operate than newer aircraft like the F-35. This affordability makes it an attractive option for missions where you don't need all the bells and whistles of a fifth-generation jet. If you're looking for a tough, reliable workhorse, the A-10 is hard to beat. The F-35 is a multi-role stealth fighter that's designed to do it all. It's fast, versatile, and packed with cutting-edge technology. Its stealth capabilities allow it to slip past enemy radar undetected, making it ideal for missions in highly contested airspace. It can engage targets both in the air and on the ground, and its advanced sensors and networking capabilities give it a level of situational awareness that's unmatched by older aircraft. One of the F-35's biggest selling points is its versatility. While the A-10 excels in close air support, the F-35 can perform a wide range of missions, from air-to-air combat to intelligence gathering. This makes it a valuable asset in a variety of scenarios, especially in conflicts where the enemy has advanced air defenses. However, this versatility comes at a cost. Literally, the F-35 is one of the most expensive aircraft ever built, with a price tag of around $100 million per unit. And that's before you factor in the cost of maintenance, training, and upgrades. This brings us to the financial side of the debate. Maintaining the A-10 fleet cost the U.S. government around $4.2 billion, a figure that has sparked plenty of discussions in Congress. Critics argue that this money could be better spent on expanding the F-35 program or developing new technologies. Supporters of the A-10 counter that, for the price, you're getting a proven aircraft that's still incredibly effective at what it does best, supporting troops on the ground. So, here's the key question. Is the A-10 still relevant in modern warfare? Or is it time to fully transition to next-generation jets like the F-35? The answer isn't as straightforward as you might think. On one hand, modern conflicts are increasingly dominated by advanced air defenses and high-tech threats, areas where the F-35 shines. Its stealth and speed give it a significant edge in contested environments, making it a better choice for missions that require penetrating deep into enemy territory. On the other hand, not every conflict requires the sophistication of the F-35. In many cases, the A-10's ruggedness and simplicity are exactly what's needed. For example, in counterinsurgency operations or situations where air dominance has already been achieved, the Warthog's ability to fly low and slow, delivering precise firepower, is invaluable. The decision also depends on the balance between quantity and quality. The F-35's high cost means fewer units can be produced and maintained, which could limit the number of missions it can support simultaneously. The A-10, with its lower cost and proven track record, allows for more widespread deployment, ensuring that ground forces have the support they need when and where they need it. Real-world impact of the Warthog. The A-10 Warthog has earned its reputation as a battlefield legend not only because of its design, but because of its real-world impact. This aircraft has been a game-changer for ground troops, providing the kind of close air support that saves lives in the most dangerous situations. Its effectiveness isn't theoretical. It's been proven time and again in some of the most challenging conflicts of modern history. One of the reasons ground troops love the A-10 is its ability to deliver precision strikes in life-threatening situations. Imagine being a soldier pinned down by enemy fire, with little hope of escape. Then, out of nowhere, you hear the distinct roar of an A-10's engines. That sound means help is on the way. The Warthog's ability to fly low and slow allows its pilots to see exactly what's happening on the ground and respond with surgical precision. Its GAU-8 Avenger cannon, capable of firing 65 armor-piercing rounds per second, can take out tanks, vehicles, or fortified positions with pinpoint accuracy, and because it can loiter over a battlefield for extended periods, it provides sustained support, often turning the tide of battle in favor of friendly forces. The A-10's contributions go far beyond individual missions. In counterinsurgency campaigns in Afghanistan and Iraq, the Warthog has been a critical tool in the fight against insurgent groups and terrorist organizations. In these conflicts, where enemy combatants often blend into rugged terrain or urban areas, the A-10's ability to deliver precise strikes without causing excessive collateral damage has made it indispensable. Its low-speed capability allows it to engage targets that faster jets might overshoot or misidentify, providing a level of accuracy that ground forces depend on. One of the A-10's most notable roles was in Operation Desert Storm during the Gulf War in 1991. This was where the Warthog truly cemented its place in military history. Over the course of the campaign, A-10 pilots flew thousands of sorties, destroying more than 900 Iraqi tanks, 2,000 other military vehicles, and 1,200 artillery pieces. The Warthog was instrumental in dismantling Saddam Hussein's ground forces, often operating in conditions that would have been too risky for other aircraft. Its performance during Desert Storm showcased not only its firepower, but also its resilience, with many A-10s returning to base with significant damage, yet still fully operational. The A-10 didn't stop there. It has played vital roles in other major operations, including the fight against ISIS in the Middle East. In these missions, the Warthog demonstrated its ability to adapt to new challenges, from supporting ground troops in urban warfare to attacking supply convoys in harsh desert environments. Its reliability and effectiveness have made it a symbol of close air support, ensuring that soldiers on the ground never feel abandoned in their time of need. Challenges and the road ahead. Despite its incredible track record, the A-10 Warthog faces several challenges as it looks to maintain its relevance in an ever-evolving battlefield. One of the most significant issues is its slower speed, which, while an asset in close air support missions, also makes it more vulnerable to modern anti-aircraft systems. In hostile airspaces with advanced radar-guided missiles or faster enemy aircraft, the A-10 could struggle to survive. This vulnerability has raised concerns about its ability to operate in high-threat environments, especially as global adversaries continue to develop more sophisticated weaponry. The A-10's designers have not ignored these concerns, and the 2025 upgrades are a direct response to the evolving nature of warfare. These upgrades include new long-range weapons that allow the Warthog to strike from a safer distance, reducing its exposure to enemy defenses. The addition of advanced targeting systems, including night vision and low-light capabilities, also enhances its ability to operate effectively in challenging conditions. With these improvements, the A-10 is better equipped to adapt to modern threats, ensuring it can still perform its critical role even in contested airspace. Another significant challenge comes from congressional scrutiny. Maintaining the A-10 fleet is expensive, with a reported cost of $4.2 billion to keep the aircraft operational. Critics argue that these funds could be better spent on newer, more versatile jets, like the F-35 Lightning II. The F-35 offers advanced stealth and multi-role capabilities, making it more suitable for a broader range of missions. However, supporters of the A-10 counter that its specialized role in close air support cannot be easily replaced. The Warthog's ability to provide prolonged, precise support to ground troops is something that no other aircraft currently matches. The debate over the A-10's future is ultimately a question of priorities. Should the U.S. focus on maintaining a proven platform that excels in specific scenarios, or should it shift entirely to next-generation technologies that promise greater versatility? There's no simple answer. On one hand, the A-10's cost-effectiveness and reliability make it an invaluable asset in certain types of conflicts. On the other hand, the demands of modern warfare are increasingly leaning toward stealth, speed, and multi-role capabilities, areas where the F-35 shines. As the A-10 continues to evolve, it's clear that its story isn't over yet. The 2025 upgrades demonstrate that this aircraft still has a lot to offer, especially in environments where close air support is critical. However, the challenges it faces, both on the battlefield and in the political arena, mean that its future will depend on how well it can adapt to a rapidly changing world. In the end, the A-10's legacy as a battlefield legend is secure, regardless of what the future holds. Whether it continues to serve for another decade or is eventually phased out in favor of newer technologies, the Warthog will always be remembered as the aircraft that prioritized the safety and success of ground troops above all else. For now, it remains a symbol of resilience, reliability, and innovation, proving that even in a world dominated by high-tech solutions, sometimes you just can't beat a classic. So, what are your thoughts on this? Let us know in the comments below.